Hey folks, this is Tuesday. I've made the video for today, but I forgot I wanted to put this clip from Pet Fest. It's only a few seconds long, but I got the band Pagan Athletes to send me the little clip that they shot on their phone from my set. I wanted to just share it with you, so I'm putting it here, and then it'll be the video for the day. Hey people, what's going on? It is so hot, I'm actually wearing a white t-shirt, which I never do. Black t-shirts are kind of like that's my go-to shirt. Detroitson is what I'm wearing. It's an old one from, I got, when we played with them, when Aria played with the guys. It was a good show. It was a good show. How y'all doing? This weather is something else. According to my phone, it's the humidity that is really killing us right now. My phone says that the humidity is at 91%. Man. And I went to the store this morning thinking I'd get out early. Didn't beat no heat. As soon as I stepped out with my sunglasses on, they fogged up immediately. Jeez. Quick hello and a couple of quick records, and I'm out of here. I have a busy day this afternoon. This afternoon, I meet with Hank Red to get started on his latest project to see exactly what we're going to do, if we're going to work it, set up a situation at his house, or if he's going to come and work here. And then after that, I have rehearsal with RAF. Tim just got back in town yesterday. He moved to Phoenix, our drummer. So we start rehearsals for the show this Saturday. Really looking forward to getting back to playing with the guys. I've missed it a lot. That's what's on my agenda today. And music-wise, played a few things yesterday. Had been meaning to pull this because it's been a long time. Japanese rock noise band, Highrise, album called Disallow. It's one of those records where it's like I put it on at times and it's like it just wasn't getting me off. It wasn't really working. Yesterday I just gave into it, and up until it got to a certain point where it got monotonous, but at first it started out really good. So Highrise, not like Keiji Haino, but I think of him when I try to think about trying to describe this band. Or maybe Electric Funeral, or is it Electric Wizard? I forget, another Japanese heavy band. Interestingly for me, after that, it kind of led me down a rabbit hole to play some Les Rallizes Denudes. Blind Baby Has Its Mother's Eyes. This is even more demented than Highrise. This is almost like brain damage music. It just kind of grinds on very strangely. They don't even sound like they're necessarily playing together, and yet it is compelling. It's very odd about this band. It's like almost like the Shags. Now I don't have the Shags album because I would not listen to it. That is just too much for me. This is like the guys do know how to play, but they're not playing together. They're doing something else. It's weird, but it draws me in. This was pretty cool. And before I went down that direction, Yeah, oh, yeah. A couple things. Okay. So, let's backtrack. Let's backtrack to more Edward Ka-Spel, Legendary Pink Dots. This was the album I was trying to talk about in the interview that I hadn't pulled and just had kind of a brain fart and didn't just pull it. This is Khataclimici China Doll. I think this is his second or third solo album. Numbered edition. This is real good. It has that creepiness, but then it also has that exploratory aspect. There is a darkness to a lot of Legendary Pink Dots music. It's like Edward is working things out. After talking to him and just observing him, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of personal catharsis going on in his work, even though it doesn't always sound real personal. This is really good. And it has another one of those passages where it just breaks down into sound. He's really good at that. I have his first solo album. What is it called? Eyes China Doll? Laugh China Doll. Didn't play this yesterday, but I'm showing it because I pulled it thinking, why didn't I pull those? So before I got into the Japanese music, I was looking online and decided to let's see what people are showing in the record groups and let me play something based on that. And one of the bands I saw yesterday was the Demon Fuzz album, Afreaka. This goes back to the 70s. African band doing kind of a limited edition. Love that color. Love that. There's a bit of funk and there's a bit of rock. It's a very collectible album if you can find an original. This could have crossed over had it gotten proper promotion when it came out. So I can understand why it's so collectible now, because it stands up. There's a roughness to it, but that kind of adds to its appeal. After that, I was looking at my shelves over here and realizing I never listened to Larry Fast, so let's pull it and play something. So I played Games by Synergy, Larry Fast. This went down really well. So well, I couldn't even remember ever listening to it before. It didn't even sound familiar. I saw him with the Tony Levin band and got to meet him. I ran out of film. I had a film camera, so I didn't get a selfie with him, but I got to talk to him. And this is good stuff. You know, he's someone who is on the cutting edge of using synthesizers in popular music. Let's give him credit. And this is just an absolute stone classic from the 90s. Seefeel. Quick Kick. However you say the title, I don't know. But this is the blue vinyl reissue of this. Originals and this go for money these days. Apparently they did not make very many copies of this, but this is very cool and interesting music. This is my favorite by them. There's a dub aspect to it. There's almost like a Steve Reich minimalist repetitiveness to it, and a grind. It's a very interesting sound. On one hand, it sounds very electronic, but they're making the music with analog instruments, guitars, basses, drums, some keyboard. Fantastic album. Seefeel. Those are the records that got on the record player yesterday. I also worked on the track listing for my upcoming next CD, which is going to be called Interlude. What I'm going to do, folks, for you folks that bought the digital Interlude album, I'm going to be deleting it off of Bandcamp because I'm using that cover, but it's a whole new set of tunes, of songs, tracks, whatever you want to call them. So once I get to the point of having it complete and sending it off to the manufacturers, I'm going to delete that old one. And so if you have it, it'll be a collector's item, a digital collector's item. I was looking through CDs because I just have stacks and stacks of stuff. And if I had unlimited patience and attention, I would listen to music almost 24/7 in order to catch up with a lot of stuff that I have that I really don't remember what it sounds like. But while I was going through a stack, I came across this 5-inch record single. 90-pound Wuss is the name of the band. Kind of nerdy punk sound. Not quite Blink 182. I got this as a promo, but this is a record. That's a 5-inch single, the same size as a compact disc. Put them together so you can see that. Same size as a compact disc. And so, record players, if you have an auto return on your turntable, you probably can't play this. But since I have a couple of manual players, I can play it. Mostly it's a, kind of a nice collector's item to have. I don't remember it being very good, but maybe that's just my memory how to play it. So, in other things, I'm just always hoping people are doing well. We're all challenged by this weather right now, this all over the planet. So I hope you're safe. As far as I know, most of the people I know, I have friends in San Diego. Sounds like people are okay after the tropical storm. But it's moving across the country, and right now the Midwest is under a heat dome. And it is really hot. And I'm going to get off of here so I can turn my air conditioner back on. Yeah, sleep was miserable last night. And the reason why I don't have air conditioning in my room is because when I bought this house, it had central air. And there's bars on the windows, okay, except for on the front. And I like having the bars on the window, so I haven't taken them off yet, so I can't mount a Windows unit. And when I went to finally service my central, they told me I needed to replace the whole thing, which I couldn't afford. I don't know if I believed them, but I just left it since then. I made it through the night, though. Tonight could be even worse, though. Like I said, it's just hotter than hell. So folks, take care. Be careful in this weather. And I always want to try to end on a positive note, which is let's keep working on ourselves, self-acceptance, self-love, so we have something to give to others. It's really hard to genuinely appreciate and love other people when you don't feel that inside. Frankly, a lot of what's going on when people don't value themselves and they're chasing after other people is that they're trying to fill an empty cup, but they're doing it the wrong way. You probably know what I'm talking about from experience. Level that playing field. Put yourself on the same level as anyone else. You're worth it. They can't give it to you unless you already have it. That's the thing that I've worked with so many people who don't get that and don't believe that and think that they can cheat that reality, that somehow they can get something from other people to fill an empty space inside of themselves. It never works. Now, I'm speaking rather absolute, but I think this is pretty true. The essence of what you're trying to get others to give you has to be there already. You have to be part of the parade. You do. My boy is getting ready to start therapy, and I told him, if the therapist isn't making you work, you're wasting your money. The therapist isn't the solution. The therapist can't do what needs to be done. A good therapist is in many ways going to be a mirror for you to take a sharper look at what you need to do for yourself. The therapist can't do it. I got a lot of experience, so I say that pretty definitely. We do the work. You can be your own therapist. You can. Therapy is help. In an exchange that is helpful is one of the basic definitions of therapy. The healing comes from within, though, folks. You can't fool it. I personally wish for the people like Donald Trump that he could be reached, that he would allow himself to become vulnerable and work on his issues, because he is a broken, deluded, weak person. And as a result of his bluster and bluff, and because this all started in childhood with his lack of love from his parents, and particularly from his dad, he's built a real wall of bluster and anger and bullying that masks the wounded child that he actually is inside. No one is above this or outside of these parameters of being human. We all need to value ourselves for real, for growth to happen. Okay, that's enough of me. Talk to you later. Check in.